Let's analyze together NVIDIA Corporation.
Let's see what's going on. Look at that chart right there. Wow, let's talk about it. But first of all, remember to read the disclaimer right here and also in the description below. Very interesting, Alvaro is going to comment this because he prepared this chart right there in the model chart. I just have to say, the earlier you vote, the better. But that doesn't work. That doesn't always work. But in this case, wow, look at that. If you
There
vote
are a
at
few
the early
stocks in
stages.
the world that have like incredible performance like this. We're talking about wow, 300, almost 400,000% if you bought the stock NVIDIA back in 1999. Absolutely nuts. If you bought the stock in for instance in 2005, you would get like 165,000%. I mean, it's still very, very insane. If you bought the stock back in 2012, we're talking about 43,000%. It's still pretty good. I mean, the numbers are absolutely crazy. And even if you bought the stock in July 2022, that's 1,000%. No many stocks, you won't see many stocks having a performance like this in 1 year. I mean, very, very few. And with the market cap we're talking about, 3.15 trillion, I think no one.
It's completely insane, these results. Wow, congratulations for that company and obviously the investors who are buying right there or at another price point. And also you have to take into account that these were the people who bought and held the stock until today, so not many of them, I'm sure. And also people who are willing to sell right now, because if you don't sell, it's like it's paper, the money paper that they call, like it isn't materialized right there. So maybe there is a lot of capital inside these huge market cap stocks that will never get out of them, because if they sold, they will lose value. So maybe we see, like, when they start to sell, that a small crisis start and maybe bigger crisis, and then intelligent people buy at the lowest parts
Yeah,
always.
because obviously the stock went down in some periods of like minus 84%, and that's a huge number. Obviously, it's very difficult when to buy and when to sell a stock, but obviously, for me personally, I would see that the net income is the most important factor. And here you can see like some of the key reasons the stock is in new highs. And wow, absolutely, look at that. In 2024, almost 30 billion of dollars of net income. Nothing in comparison to 2006, for instance. We're talking about only 300 million. So the numbers are completely skyrocketing right now.
Yeah, and I think that this is something very interesting also, to see how the results of a company maybe aren't correlated to the percentage that you can gain in the trading market, the investment market, because you can see like the results where the net income was lower and the performance of the stock was better because the price of the shares was lower, and if you bought there, you got that extra market cap, so the percentage is higher. But right now with these incredible results, we saw 2 billion, 9 billion, 14 billion, this last one, insane results, but the performance has been 1000%. It's not bad, I'm not selling that. I'm not saying that because NVIDIA also is a huge market cap, and seeing this increase in the price is completely insane. But it's interesting to analyze that, when the results were worse, the results in the chart were better, and now they are worse. So will this attract more investors? Because yeah, the results are good, but where is the top? And I think that this stock split was due to something like that, because they don't want to reach that top yet.
Let's go see the forecast to see actually what's gonna happen in the coming months and years in NVIDIA.
Let's see what the Wall Street analysts have to say right there. Very interesting. We have
Wow.
more than 50 analysts, 54 exactly, 1 year price forecast for NVIDIA Corporation. And apparently they think like the top of NVIDIA is at $150, the maximum prediction. Then we have the average. More or less all of them see the top price right here, or a little bit lower, and then the minimum one, very pessimistic and very bearish, we could say $15
$15.
minus 88%. You never know,
He's
but I'm sure that
expecting
yeah,
a touch bubble again.
yeah, and maybe he will buy right there. That would be insane, if we see that
Look at the
scenario.
information, the reported earnings and the estimates. I think, and that's another key factor for NVIDIA. Every time in the last couple of years, the estimate were like, you know, worse than the reported earnings. And when the reported earnings are better, and we're talking about way better than the estimate, the stock normally goes up. And this is what's happening with NVIDIA. Like every reported earnings way better than the estimates, stock going up all over again. So and look at that. The interesting thing here is like the next estimates that we have, because I think NVIDIA has another opportunity to beat the estimates again and again and again.
Yeah, the thing is like the estimates. If you take a look, they were going higher and higher each time. But if you go to the annual chart, not as much as they do right now. You know, this
Wow.
is like an exponential growth, and we are talking about huge numbers, you know. So maybe they can reach these results, or the predictions would be based on something. This forecast, of course, they did their research, and we will see, you know, how the results go, and we will do that update once we see these results upcoming. But very interesting. Let's go back to the chart so we can see with more detail in the 1 hour time frame the price action that has been going on during these last weeks. Because you know, with this stock split, I think it was a very interesting moment that a lot of investors and traders were waiting for. And how did the market react? Okay, so at first it seems like it went a little bit lower, then a little bit higher. It broke this kind of accumulation period right here, and it started to go up. At least for now, we have today the price at plus 2.60%. Maybe they reached that 3%. What do you think about this, guys? Do you think this will continue, or do you think this will correct sooner than later? Let
This
us know
is
in the comments below.
this is no reaction at all if you think about it. We saw other stocks like after a stock split, even good stocks. We're talking about Apple. They went down a little bit, you know. But this one, Nvidia, and the strength is so high. You know, you can see a lot of bullish traders right here, and the stock it didn't go down. I mean, just 1%, 2%. That's nothing.
Yeah, it's interesting, you know, to analyze that also. To take that into account, there is a lot of hype around this stock also because due to the market cap, you know, surpassing Apple and becoming the second most, yeah, with the highest market cap. Very interesting that also, obviously, there is like the best marketing that you can have for your
Well,
company.
by the way, Enrique, Apple, I think it overtook
Yeah,
Nvidia just yesterday
they
or a
did.
couple of days ago. I mean,
They,
there was like a huge rally, but yeah, they are in the top three definitely.
okay, yeah. So they are fighting, you know, for that podium, of course. Let's see if they reach Microsoft. But very interesting because we are like in the year of AI, we could say, and this stock has a lot of to do with that, and the hype has been there. We have to see how that market develops and how it continues, because if that hype is over, I think this will be reflected in these charts also. We have to wait and see. That's something that I think could happen, but we have to see, because if the market of AI continues growing and that hype uh, isn't like a smoke, it goes and it's something, we could
Hmm.
see these stocks going even higher. So what do you think, guys? Do you think this is just hype and it will be over, or do you think this is based on something else? And the hype obviously is there. We could see some corrections, but at the end of the year and at the end of the decade, we should see these stocks going higher. Leave that predictions below, because sometimes predicting for the long term isn't easy, but it's funny also because you see like completely different results. If you say like that investor who from Wall Street who predicted $15, if the stock is like that, wow, he would be the best one out there, because no one saw that coming, you know?
Yeah, I will put all my money in his portfolio. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. See you in the next video. Remember to subscribe to TradeNetT.
Thank you very much. More videos tomorrow. Have a nice weekend. Nice Friday. Thank you.